to Hyperlight Drift with LaurieDBunnykins.
It's time to drift. Hello, I'm back. Welcome to Hyperlight Drifter. It's another indie game. This one isn't a Metroidvania. I don't even know what to describe this game as, but you'll watch it, so it's fine. I guess as a little bit of an introduction to the category, NMG stands for no major glitches, and then new game is I'm going to be playing on standard mode here, which is usually what you play on when you first play the game. So you could play on newcomer because this game is really hard, but in the speedrun category, you do not. Time's going to start when I say yes to my file name, which I am going to do in 3, 2, 1, go. So the first thing to do is that you actually have to type /skip, and it'll skip the opening cutscene. You can do it whenever between accepting your file name and starting the game, but you do need to do it. And then you get into gameplay. I missed an immediate skip here, but it's fine. We'll worry about that later. For now, I'm going to talk about my movement and that thing I just picked up. So my movement. I have dashes. I have my dash down to space. This is a game where a lot of speed tech, or like stuff that's used in the run, I'm going to be honest and straight up say I don't know exactly about the history of this game's fan bases, because I didn't really get into this game until I started running. In my casual playthroughs of this game, I was not its biggest fan. But from my understanding, at the very least, a lot of stuff that's used in this run is commonly known techniques by fans of the game. So like when it comes to dashing, I have 3 dashes I can use in sequence. If I hit a ledge while dashing, it'll reset my dash sequence like this. So I can do more than 3 in a row technically. When it comes to combat, there's something known as plinking, where if I use my a gun that I'm holding, in this case I just picked up the pistol a tiny bit ago, and then immediately swap over to slashing with my sword in very quick succession, I can use both at essentially the same time, which not only does the damage of both insanely fast, but also, since you get ammo back in this game by hitting things with your sword, it makes it so that ammo doesn't really become a problem even when you're using your attacks. I don't know what guns are. By going down low there, I can skip a cutscene. You saw at the very beginning that I picked up, or I got this cutscene where I coughed. There are a lot of those in this game. This game the story is entirely told with absolutely 0 dialogue. People probably understand the story, but I sure as heck do not. So I'm going to say a lot of things that probably have context that I don't know, and I unfortunately can't teach you. However, you cough a lot in this game, which is not good, because when you cough, you have to stop dashing and just like wait for the coughing to stop. Yeah, the game has good storytelling. I just don't know what it's trying to tell me. So a lot of the time when it comes to coughing, there are either things you can do to actually use the coughing to your advantage, or you can walk around the cutscene trigger and skip the coughing entirely. One thing I'm going to do is I'm going to activate that fast travel point, and then I'm going to pause and unpause the game. A lot of things in this game will make the map auto open. However, if you pause and unpause in between that thing technically happening and the game and the map auto opening, it just won't auto open at all. Saves a little bit of time. Can be kind of hard to do on some things, but hopefully not on all the things. I'm going to pick up a bit right here. There is like shopping in this game, and to get money for the shop, you need to get 4 bits to make like a unit of currency. The reason I'm going north right now is because it's one of the quickest areas we can do first, where we can also get a good amount of currency. As soon as we finish that tutorial, we had the option to go either north, east, or west immediately, and this run opts to go north. I also did kind of a small skip you saw when I got that first bit. Where I kind of went around the geometry instead of actually doing like the level as intended. And I just skipped the cough cutscene there by walking on that left wall. So the north is pretty tricky. There's a lot of cliffs at this point. This scene is really pretty, and this game is really good music. I like this game. The main thing is the types of enemies you find in each area. So the cliffs aren't that bad because, well, we have the standard dash and like using the ledges to reset your dash is a mechanic that exists. The game will try and basically snap you to ledges at some points so that you do not fall off when you're dashing from ledge to ledge. Like you saw there, I was able to snap on, keep dashing, and not fall off, or with those stairs. We will eventually get an upgrade to our dash that will basically cancel that thing's existence, so we need to be a lot more careful later on, but we're able to be a little bit more lenient with our dashes now. We have a cutscene here where there's a dog and then a dude. They're apparently very easy story bits to figure out, but if I know them. And going down here, we're going to get our first module. So the main thing you need to do in this game is, in each of the 4 regions, north, south, east, and west, you need to get at least 4 modules, which are these small purple triangles, and then you also need to activate a pylon, or this big pillar. The goal of the run is to do this in the 4 areas of the game, and then you get access to the final boss fight. There's some pretty interesting glitches you can do in this game to make that process a little bit faster. However, there actually are quite a few that are controller exclusive, because the way that aiming your weapon works between playing on controller and keyboard actually differs quite a bit if you're using your mouse to aim, like I am, and it can cause quite a disparity. I'm going to heal, which leads me to talk about the healing system in this game. You can carry up to 3 medical kits at once on your character, and you can use them at any time to heal back to full health. It's pretty good because some of the enemies in this game are really scary. For example, these bird enemies that I'm fighting, these guys like with the Plague Doctor masks, have deal 2 HP of damage. They deal 2 HP of damage with their main attack, their big laser, and that's really scary. Fortunately, in a lot of enemy arenas in this part of the game, there will usually be a bird that has a bit with it, so it's pretty good for gaining might. I don't have to finish that arena, but you saw me there just kind of kill the one with the bit and then move on with my day. That's pretty tricky. Sometimes it doesn't happen. So I'm glad I got that one just quickly. And then I have another enemy arena. One good thing about enemy arenas to make them quicker in this game that you can do is you can just kind of learn where all the enemies are going to spawn just by memorization. I've done that for the most part when it comes to most of the arenas in this game that I have to do in the run, but they can still be tricky. There should be one more enemy spawns right here. There we go. Coming up, we're going to have another small animation skip. I'm going to activate this fast travel point, and I can get off screen before the map auto opens, and the map will not auto open. Saves a tiny bit of time, even compared to the pausing and unpausing that you usually can do. So now really what I need to do is I need to get a few modules. In each area in the game, there are module doors where you need a certain amount of modules in order to enter those doors. And namely in north, south, or northeast and west, which you have to clear all 3 to get access to south, technically. In all 3 of those areas, there are 3 module doors that block the boss fight. And the boss fight is usually what's guarding the pylon that I mentioned earlier that you need to get in each area in order to open up the final boss's lair. So I'm in this kind of secret area right now, this base looking area. I got a bit. The floor fell from under me. I'm not a fan of that. But I'm not here for just a bit. I'm here to get another module, which is going to be right after this enemy arena. Of course, an enemy arena with these birds means yay money also. And I have to watch this animation because I got the second full currency unit. Here's something cool I'm going to do. As I start to pull out this module from the container thing, I'm going to open up the map and warp to a fast travel point. What this will do is as soon as it's just going to warp me straight there, and I don't have to watch the animation of me warping out. Saves a tiny bit of time there on animations, and it's not a major glitch, so I can do it. There's a third module right here, just to the right. Also, if I go far enough up in like this range right here, I'm trying to outline it with my cursor right now. If I go too far close enough to that thing, there's a cutscene that'll play that'll show off the pillar that's right there. I don't want to get that, so I'm trying my hardest to not go in that area, and it worked out. With my third module now, I can go down here, and this is the 3-module door that I mentioned earlier. So I can go now to the last part of the north. There's going to be another arena here that's going to be pretty tricky. We're going to need to get our 4th module, and we're also going to have our first boss fight of the run, which is a very mean one. But I will get to that when it becomes a problem, which it will. So this room right here, if I dash properly, these enemies will fire projectiles, but they will not hit me. They hit me, it's fine. There are enemies in this arena that deal 1 damage, so hopefully the 2 damage dealing won't become the big problem. It's kind of becoming a big problem. That is just how you get destroyed by enemies. Let's not worry about it. And go back. That arena is kind of important because the last module that we want to get in that area is right near that arena. However, we need to beat the arena in order to unlock it, so kind of struggling. I'm going to be safe, and since I got hit twice right here, I'm going to heal before even entering the arena. This way I should be super safe from death. That enemy dropped a bit right there. I'm going to go pick it up in a second when I'm back over on that side of the screen for the arena, because I do need to go over here, get rid of this bird, and that's going to be the end of the arena. That's the last arena we have in the north. Definitely not the last one in the game. There's a module right here. I'm going to do something pretty interesting. I'm going to, as soon as the game auto-saves, quit back to the title screen, and then just continue my game from where the save was. The reason I do this is because in every area in the game, once you collect your 4th module of the area, there's a very long cutscene that plays following you collecting the module. So by skipping that cutscene, or by closing and reopening the game, I skip that long cutscene. We're going to be able to skip that cutscene in every area by warping out like we did with that 1 module thing I mentioned earlier, where we warped out to skip the animation. This is the only time we'll actually have to quit and reopen the game just to skip that cutscene. And now we have a first boss fight of the run. Birdman is very mean. Has a bunch of the squares that deal 2 damage that I don't like. And they track you, so you have to be real careful. He will also summon birds to attack you, which are very mean, and I don't like that he summons birds to attack you. So, what just happened? Where did he go? He teleported? I didn't see him teleport. He's dead. That was almost a problem. Wasn't. Upon boss death, you get 3 bits, so I'm now able to get that 3rd unit of currency that I just mentioned. And I'm going to pick up that health kit just to be safe. And that's the end of the north. I just need to activate the big pillar here. Activate the big pillar here, as well as warp back to the center. And that's going to be it. Here, the warp animation, doesn't get skipped there, but instead both the pillar and the warp animation play at the same time. So it still saves a tiny bit of time to do like the warping out while activating the pillar thing. And game, thank you. Now I just bought the chain dash. I bought the first dash upgrade, and this one lets me basically dash in a much quicker succession, as you see here. I now have a stamina bar for bad dashes, so I can't chain dash forever. But it is a much just faster movement method that I can do for the rest of the run. There's a few things to keep in mind with the chain dash, and that is, 1, I don't want to run out of stamina. 2, when I'm chain dashing, I don't like snap to ledges anymore, so I have to be real careful not to fall. because that can happen a lot, and that is not fast. The other thing to keep in mind with chain dashes is bonking and skidding. So you can technically chain dash in as many chains as you want. It gets harder the farther you go along with it. However, there's a few properties about the chain dash that you need to keep in mind. And that is one, once you do your third dash in a chain, you are susceptible to bonk if you dash into a wall at any dash at that point onward. So when I'm in smaller quarters, sometimes you'll see me doing chains of 2. The other thing is skidding. If you do a dash with at least, or a chain with at least 4 dashes, when that chain dies, the drifter will skid out, and it will be this cooldown period where you can't really do any actions, and you'll just kind of slide helplessly. There are still some things you can do to get more than 3 dashes in a chain. Like as you saw there, I did like a large dash chain, and then I canceled it by getting into a cough cutscene, which is what I mentioned earlier about how we're kind of going to use cough cutscenes to help control our movement a little better. And there are also some points where you can go into a loading zone with a chain dash, and it will just, you won't have to worry about the skid. This fast travel point right here, you don't need to activate it. You can as a safety measure to get your health back if you really want to. I'm going to opt out of doing that because I still have a full set of health packs. Here's another chain we can do into a cough cutscene. And now we're going to get into some more enemies. There's some enemies here I need to watch out for. I need to let go of this wall. And then there are going to be these enemies right here that I need to watch out for. Because when they have this charge attack, that's their main gimmick. And while they do that charge attack, they're entirely invincible. So I need to like kill them before they do that. If I do my plinks well enough, I can kill them before they do their charge attack. But if I don't, they will charge me and I will die. So I died there, so I have to do that arena again. So I guess while I do this arena for a second time, I can, for the first time in 15, 16 minutes, stop talking and let a donation or 2 be read.
Did you say donations?
I did.
Oh, wonderful. Because we do have a couple.
I can imagine.
I just want to thank Red Queen Running 11 for the wonderful $30 donation. Thank you so much. And we also have the Altar Maven giving a $125 donation. Thank you so much. It says, here's a boost for the Trevor Project and hopefully a nudge to some incentives too. Thank you so very much. And yeah, we do have a bunch of very, very fun incentives. If folks want to get their favorite out ahead, it's still anybody's game, and now is the perfect time to build some momentum. Thank you so much, everybody.
So I got another module there, and I'm about to get into another arena. This arena brings up something interesting because at the end of it, there's something I kind of neglected to talk about a little bit ago when I was back in North, kind of near the beginning of North, that I'm going to bring up now, and that was an optional arena I did in the North. It seems kind of silly to do an optional arena in this category, where fighting is already a pain due to the amount of upgrades you don't have, and also you're just kind of trying to finish the base game without too much worry for side stuff. However, for finishing that arena in the North that was optional, I picked up a key. And that key is going to be useful because one of the modules I want to get in the East is behind a door that requires a key to unlock. So I pick up that key and use it here, and now I'm going to go into this little challenge room. It's pretty annoying. There are a lot of enemies in here, a lot of flamethrowers in here, which are just a combination of things that are going to cause a bad time. And hopefully I will get through it. That's really the least of my worries, though, because once I get through it, I have to worry about getting back through it. Please get rid of me before they get rid of me. There we go. So yeah, I have the module now. Now I just need to make it out alive. And the game checkpoints me at the module, so if I die, I can't, like, death warp to make this part a little bit faster. This enemy is being a real pain. Thanks for that. and we've made it. One thing I haven't mentioned, but you might have noticed that I've been doing as a little bit of an optimization, is instead of watching the healing animation by using a med kit, a lot of the time if there is a health pack there, I'll just pick it up. Because if you have a full inventory, which is 3 health packs, and then you pick another one up off the ground, it will just auto heal you on the spot. Coming up, we have more cutscenes. I'm going to do a small little movement skip to make this screen a little bit faster. I'm going to go just right around the edges of that tent there instead of going all the way around the screen. Saves a tiny bit of time. And then I'm going to forget what screen I'm on. I don't need to open that. If you want to grab that health again by going for that fast travel point, you can. But I'm going to opt out of it. I'm just going to go play the game. We're going to get introduced to these blue frog enemies. They're very scary. They can hit you from a far distance. And that's not friendly, which is kind of sad because I do like frogs quite a bit. And here's the part. These pink frog enemies have already kind of existed, but here's the part where they become a lot more prominent in the area. And I can dodge all of these ones, hopefully with a good set of chain dashes. Pretty good, but then I bonked. There's a bonk there. I mentioned bonks earlier, but I don't know if I've had one yet. I have to go far enough up here, and then these enemies will spawn. I'm going to opt to just take this health now. We are going to come back to this area later. So if you don't take the health pack now, you can actually use it in another arena that happens on the same battlefield later. But I'm going to take it now because I feel safer doing that. Okay, game, don't do that. Here, if I stay far enough to the right, I can just activate this switch and move on to the next part of this room without that other blue frog bothering me at all. It's a good thing it happened, because I don't like that blue frog. And then I have another switch I need to activate to make a bridge. And now we can get to the boss fight. However, the enemies over here in this arena have gotten angry, and now I have to do another arena in this area, as I mentioned earlier. This arena is kind of silly, because you don't actually need to kill every enemy in this arena. Notably, there's a pink frog up there you might see, and I didn't kill it, and the game's acting as if the arena's done. And even in that cutscene, I was getting attacked by those small green guys that have been here for a while, and the arena was still being done. So this is the boss door. I'm going to take a quick heal just to be safe. This boss is not really something you need to be safe about, but extra safety is never bad. I messed it up because I did one too many dashes and then did a skid. But this cutscene right here, where he eats this otter, you can skip this cutscene if you shoot a bullet and then activate this cutscene, and the bullet hits him during the cutscene. Saves a tiny bit of time. So this is the big frog boy, and you can break him. If I stand close enough to him like this, he has 2 attacks mainly. He does a big slam, or he throws potions around, like the other 2 frogs that exist in this area. If you stand close enough to him, it's a range-based thing. So if you're close enough to him, he'll do the big slam. What I did there was stand close enough to him to where I was technically behind the hitbox of that big slam. However, I was still close enough to where the game told him to do the big slam. So it was just kind of aimlessly slamming, and I couldn't stop him. I could have stopped him. I basically couldn't get hit by him. And that's it for the east, basically. I have the pillar. I just need to get my 4th module, which is right over here. That's the wrong button. Okay, so I pressed the wrong button. I didn't do the map button. So instead of just warping out at the module like I did a little bit ago, or like I wanted to do, rather, I'm going to do the thing I did back in the north where I just close and reopen the game to skip that long cutscene. And that's going to be it for the east. So we're making good pace. And we don't need to do any upgrade shopping this time. We can just kind of go straight to the next area here. Yeah, I don't need money anymore. I can just move on to the next area. The reason I did east second over west second is because once you get the chain dash, the next thing you want to get is the shotgun, which is the other gun that I picked up. It's basically the best weapon in this game. So when I've been flanking, I've been using my standard gun. It's only been able to do 2 damage because it only fires 1 shot. The shotgun is close range and fires 5 bullets. So, which means when I'm plinking for damage, I can do up to 6 damage at once. So, very good for attacking. Doesn't make the bosses easy in this part of the game. They're probably still gonna mess me up. But, hopefully they won't. The west is a very scary area. The trees here have deceptively big hitboxes. So, I'm going to be doing a bunch of double dashes instead of triple dashes because the risk of bonking on these trees is very real, and I don't want that to happen. Once I get into west, though, there's going to be a big area right here where a bunch of dogs are going to attack me. That's not very cool. These dogs technically also exist in north, but there are a lot more of them here, especially when you get caught on bushes and they catch up to you. And now we're going to go do some funny stuff. So there's a cough cutscene in this room I can skip by just going around. There's an arena in the next room that I can skip by going around. I'm going to just kind of go here, and there's a certain part of this tree where I can hit the loading zone to the next screen. Easy. There's a fast travel point on this screen, so I'm going to try and skid while activating it just like that by doing a long chain dash, and it saves some time because I can activate it while still doing a little bit of movement there. And then right here, there's another arena, which I'm going to try and skip, not because the loading zone is weird in this one, just because these trees have a few holes in them. And we are now moving further. I'm going to go a specific path here, and you're going to see a shotgun in action for 1 bounce, and all these crystals go away. The kind of annoying thing about ammo in this game is that all the weapons use the same ammo, and the shotgun uses a lot more. The shotgun uses the same amount as 2 pistol shots, so it's kind of annoying, especially when you need to get ammo back, because non-standard enemies don't give you full health or a full, like, if I attack these crystals, I don't get a full thing of ammo from just 1 slash of crystal like I do when I hit an enemy normally. So I kind of want to not run out of ammo here, but plinking these crystals is a good way to damage them faster, so it can be kind of tricky. So I'm being way too safe about it, of course. I have my second module of the area now. And I can move on. I've been talking for a bit again, so if we have any more donations, I'll let you read them now.
Perfect, thank you so much. Still waiting for the next batch, but in the meantime, we have some folks who've been donating for some bid incentives, and we have some really, really fun ones coming up. So we have a Rabby Reeby run coming a little bit later, and you get to bid for your preferred costume. You can go with the default, or it can be formal, or you can dress up for Halloween, and it's still anybody's game for that one. We have a DuckTales run later, where it's actually a relatively interesting scuffle between the 8-bit classic soundtrack or the modern version of it, and we're seeing some interesting bits for either of them. So if you have your heart set on hearing one specific soundtrack, well, you still have a chance to get your votes in with your donations.
DuckTales is really good.
Woo!
So I got my 3rd module piece there. So now when we get to the 3 module door, I'll be able to activate it, which is a good thing to do. I'm going the wrong way. The west is kind of very scary. I remember the very first time I played this game, I went to the west first, and I hated this game for a little while. So it's kind of cathartic to doing their run where I know where I'm going, and I get through it, hopefully without dying. But yeah, right here. Nope, not right here. Coming up in like a few screens is our 3-module door. So I will get there soon enough. I have to be careful with this bridge because the spikes will pop up as I cross over them, and they can combo me if I'm not careful. The dog is here. I'm going to try a cutscene skip that I'm not very good at, so sorry in advance if I miss it. But I can go around. All right, that was a very roundabout way of doing it. But you can see the guy right here doing his cutscene action while I'm just walking around him. Kind of silly. I still saved a little bit of time off of that. I opened up the 3-module door right there. I'm going to try and do some full screen chain dashes here. I got that first one, and I got that. I mainly got that second one. Very nice. I'm going to recharge my stamina a little bit. It's basically boss time now. And this boss upcoming is very difficult. So let's see how I do. This guy coming up, what I want to do is I want to get a good chain dash entering the fight, so I skid right into him. And I'm going to talk about manipulation. You can actually, depending on your own movement patterns, kind of manipulate how this guy will act. It's very tricky, and you kind of have to do it very specifically to get the exact desired result. But basically what you're hoping for is at this point in the fight, this guy will basically stop attacking you directly entirely and just focus on only summoning enemies. Unfortunately, I didn't do it well, not only the manipulation, but like my shotgun attacking. So I have to be real careful here. I managed to defeat the boss! First try! Let's go. That went pretty well. Pretty scary. Had to use a few heals, but I got through it. What makes that fight especially hard is shotgun plinking. So, as I mentioned earlier, the shotgun has a lot of bullets it can use. Okay, there we go. The shotgun has a lot of bullets it can use. I can do 6 damage at once, essentially. However, the shotgun, as a kind of counterbalance method, has a cooldown on it. So what you might have noticed, either visually or with audio, is that whenever I want to plink with the shotgun, what I have to do is do the plink, so do the shotgun and sword basically at the same time. Then I have to swap weapons twice. Once to go to the pistol, and then once to go back to the shotgun. Just like this. That is kind of tricky to do. However, it negates the cooldown that the shotgun has. So, some time save. Because you can do that a lot faster. And with that, that is going to be it for the west. I warp back to that warp point I got earlier. And, what's it called? I warp back to the warp point earlier to get this last module right here. And we are now done with the west. We just have one more area to go to, and it will be the south. The south does not initially open up until you finish the previous 3 areas that I've gone to. So it is, by nature, going to be very difficult. Hopefully it goes well. My dashes are not on point right now, but it is fine. You do not need to worry about it.
I just want to say, like, it was wild to see you handle that boss and also narrate it, like, every single second and still come out on top. Like, heckin' good work.
Thank you. Yeah, I've gotten used to commentating while playing. I did some pretty good dashes there and some skids just to, like, move while activating stuff, which I didn't really need to do. A lot of it was just kind of for swag. One of them was faster. The other was just for swag. There's a health pack I could have picked up there. I'm a little bit worried right now because I had to use a lot of health packs on that last boss. So I kind of don't have a lot of them, which means I only have so much health I can use before I just die. And I would like to have more than I do. But I'm going to keep trying. I'm going to just keep trying to move ahead here. Be as safe as I can be. Just to ensure I don't die. Even though I'm out of health packs, so not dying is going to be tricky. There are these turrets that will start firing in this arena, and they're very annoying. So I'm gonna just try and stay away from them. I'm kind of doing this arena very slowly, but I'm trying to be as safe as possible here. It's not a very good situation to be in. these moving blocks right here can crush me, so I'm gonna play it very safe, because if I die, I have to start the arena that I just like was worried about all over again, and I don't want to do that. If I have good enough fights in this room, I'm actually gonna try and just not heal before going to the next fight, or the thing that's about to come up. 2 HP. All right, I'll try this fight once without healing. If it doesn't go well, I will heal before trying it again. So this module right here is fake. I will pull it out of the ground, and there will be a boss fight with it. I want to get close enough, because it'll start summoning these things, and I want to use those to get more ammo. And then I also want to start shotgun flanking as fast as I can, and if I do it right, that thing will die before it even gets a chance to move. If it starts moving around, it becomes a very difficult fight to manage. However, that didn't happen. So, no problemo. I'm going to do another warp out, look like your module, and I'm going to now go to a different part of the west. The west here, actually... So, this game has more than 4 modules in each area. There are a bunch of collectibles that you can get. So there are module doors of all numbers all over the game. And while the consistent thing in the last area was that to get to the boss, you needed the 3 module door, there's actually a 1 module door that is blocking the area here that leads to the boss. Obviously, we still have quite a bit to go, but kind of near the bottom of this room, you're going to see a 1 module door. I can get another health pack here, which is good, because between not having to use a health pack in the last room, or before that boss, and that health pack right there, I'm still doing pretty okay on health. I have full health now because I just healed in 1 pack. There's another boss coming up that is very scary that I want to have as much health as possible for, so kind of don't want to do too much like healing and stuff if I don't have to. And I want to make sure I grab all the health packs that I know about in this area. There's going to be a room coming up soonish that has like a bunch of them. There's one in this room. I believe it's like somewhere. I think it's if I get rid of these guys because they're scaring me. If I shoot this right here, there's a health pack in one of these boxes that gets exploded. Yep. I think I should probably heal. I'm going to do that. I'm going to get down this elevator, heal, just to be safe. I can get some health packs in this room without any problem. There are quite a few. I'm not even going to pick up that one, and I can probably be at full everything. Watch out for the turrets. This switch will deactivate the turrets and also activate this wall, or also deactivate the wall. So I can just keep on moving. And that exploding canister can deal with a really good chunk of enemies in this arena. That enemy that snuck in down here is not part of this arena, but I'm going to kill them anyways. We have our 3rd module here, so now I only need 1 more. And I missed one. I know which one I missed. I actually just completely skipped over one in my health worries. I don't know if I should go back for it now or later. I'm going to go back for it now. There are probably some backup ones I could get that I don't really know about, but hopefully I can go back for this. I don't know if I can go back for this. We can probably go the long way. I'm died.
Oh no.
Okay. Okay, the game respawned me at the module that I just got. I'm gonna have to probably take a large detour at some point. Maybe right now. Let's see. If I can get back to the beginning of this room, I can... That door is locked. Okay, so yeah, unless I can, like, do this break here backwards, which I'm not sure about, I might be stuck a little bit. Yeah, I don't know if this is happening. All right, I'm gonna have to take like a large detour in a little bit. Well, let's worry about that though when it happens. That's never happened before. Never just forgotten about an item like that. Let's focus one step at a time. Let me get to this upcoming boss fight that's about to happen, because it is going to be a scary one. I'm getting kind of owned by enemies. I'm trying to pick up an extra health pack that's in that corner, and it didn't go well because I got stuck in between these canisters, and I got wrecked by a giant enemy in the process. This one right here. Okay. I'm getting caught on enemies, which is not fun. I'm gonna kill this enemy just because it likes to attack me from a distance, and that's no good. Yeah, I have like no health going into this fight. Oh boy. Alright, so this is the archer. And they are kind of mean. Similar to the boss I fought previously in the west, they are kind of technically completely manipulatable in their actions based on how you move. And this guy has like a lot less, like, a lot more formulaic of a pattern, rather. But it's still a very tricky one to deal with. If I can get like one more shotgun ammo, I can win the fight, or I could just lose the fight. The game's probably gonna put me back like super far. Yeah, this is just horrible. Oh, and it auto-healed me, so now I just have no health at all. That's cool. This is the definition of a disaster right now. There we go. Okay, we won the fight that time, I guess. So that's not too bad. I'm gonna grab that health pack. I'm just gonna start grabbing every health pack I see, especially because I still need to do that backtrack I mentioned through this area because of the module I completely forgot about. Let me look at the area that we have. So I'm gonna warp back while activating this pillar. So I have the pillar activated now. So once I get these two modules, I can go to the final boss. But I have to go get them first. The first one I'm gonna get is, I'm just gonna go back to where I was earlier. It shouldn't be that long of a walk, hopefully. It's gonna be like, I need to go back there, and I need to go... It's basically right past the one module door. So it shouldn't be too long. It should literally, I think the door might just be on this starting screen in the elevator, and then I'm gonna warp back, get one that you're intended to get after the boss, and then go to the final boss. Yeah, so right here. I have to redo this arena for some reason. But that's fine, because the game did respawn the health pack, so like I'll take that. So yeah, right past this door. Right here. There's a secret path right here that has a module on it. I forgot to do the map warp thingy, but it's fine. We have the module. That's all that's important to me right now. I can now warp back to the area that I was before, and I'm gonna go get the last module in the south, and then we'll fight the final boss. It'll be fine.
Is this a good time for a donation?
Go for it. Just say anything.
I thank you for making this like marathon one where like things happen that have never happened before, because it just confirms, yes, absolutely, this is a marathon. This is where the unknown just pops up. And
yeah, it's just kind of like there's a difference between something that's never happened before because it's just funny and weird, and something that's never happened before because I just straight up forgot what I'm doing. I'm also struggling here. This is a chain dash challenge where I need to keep a chain the whole way through, and it's just not happening right now. I don't know why it's not happening right now, but it kind of needs to happen. Go ahead and read some donations.
We believe in you. Chad believes in you. I believe in you. You got this. We also have a $50 donations from Vorpy. Thank you so much, Vorpy. With the comment, this is in recognition of a dear friend of mine, Ava Lindley. Ava, you're awesome. Vorpy, you're awesome too. Thank you so much. And we also have a $2 donation from Cobalt, who also has a fun fact, saying that in the 99% run of this game, the white outfit provides enough of a bonus that it's actually worthwhile to get. Interesting. Are you familiar with the 99% run?
Not at all. I mentioned I don't really like this game too much casually. I only really play it a lot because I run it, which probably... There was probably a backup I could have done when I realized I missed the module that I didn't know about that probably everybody in the world knows about except for me, but oh well. So I'm not familiar with a lot of other categories of this game. Because again, I mentioned earlier that there's a lot of major glitches in this game that are keyboard required. Or not keyboard, controller required. And I play this game, you can probably tell, on keyboard, so.
It's a very nice clacky keyboard.
I like it a lot. I've been using it for years. It still works perfectly. I'm on the elevator down to the final boss right now. Fortunately, the final boss is not one of the harder bosses in the run, so it shouldn't go too horribly. Hello, dashing? You want to, like, thing? We have to go down a large staircase. And staircases are funny in this game. I think I talked about why earlier, but this one isn't too bad. And the final boss is right through this door. So the final boss, I'm going to want to make sure I have as much health as possible. Okay, we're good. The final boss kind of is split up into 3 parts. So I'm going to open this door here to activate the final boss. And what's going to happen is I'm gonna start coughing, and then the boss is going to spawn and knock me back a specific way. I want to make sure the boss doesn't knock me too far back, so I'm going to try, while coughing, to hold up and hope that the drifter just kind of goes close to the guy, like that, and then I can start attacking. I need to do this part like basically perfectly if I want it to get phase 2, like I did there. In these in-between phases, these diamonds appear and I can slash them for ammo, and I would really like to have full ammo entering a phase so that I can just do that again and just get to the next phase very easily and quickly. And that is a very bad spawn of that stuff, but it worked out. I still beat the boss first try. So I have to walk downwards here, and at this point, everything in the game is restricted to me. Any button I press will make me just cough more, and even still, after a little bit of running, I'll just start coughing more. So it's basically just holding down and through the coughs. If I try and dash, the game will cough. If I try and use a weapon, the game will cough. If I try and heal, the game will cough. Try and open the map, cough. Again, run for too long, cough. And once I'm done running down this section, that's when time will be. So, I'm about to lose control of my character, and time will be when the elbow hits the rock, which is time. All right. That didn't go fantastic. I'm going to be quick because I went overestimate on both of my games. Quick shout-outs to Hyperlight Drifter community. Very cool group of people and everyone that's played this game. Shout-outs to the people at Power Up with Pride that let me run. And I'm very happy to be a part of this event, even if, again, neither of those runs went too well. Shout-outs to all the people that have encouraged me to keep streaming for the past few years so I can do events like this. And that's really all I have to say. I'd love to let the ending play out, but I'm going to stop talking because we're already kind of behind schedule, and I'd like to not go further.